Hello and welcome to another video by Rick Miracle, me. In my new series, Year 2020, Rick Miracle Report. I have a lot of material that I've collected in the past 15 years. And I've been paying attention to what's going on in our world, your world, my world, our world. Not some sinister forces world, but our world, and we're responsible for our world. Do you agree or disagree? Look at this mural behind me. The popularity of UFOs and aliens has been crazy since World War II. Why? Some of the information suggests because some beings in space or in another dimension are concerned that we have now nuclear weapons. Concerned about planet Earth, we humans, our future. And focused on the UFOs and alien topic for number 1 and number 2 in my new series. This is number 3. And I thought I'd share some other research materials that I've collected. An amazing amount of documentation that it could take me years to try to share this with anybody. But I have the philosophy, just one day at a time. And I jump around on different topics, so you never know. Whatever seems to be inspiring me that one day. Get a little room here so you can see the little human being beamed up into a craft on this mural. Is it plausible? Have there really been abductions of humans, cattle mutilations, and so much more? Are they sinister or are they benevolent from the God world? Are they both? Seems like they're both. Seems like we have some kind of cosmic battle going on. Same thing taught in the Bible. A third of the angels were cast out of heaven. Where were they cast out to? According to my research, they were cast into Earth, on Earth. And they're sort of imprisoned here. And if that's true, why are we here? Why am I here? I'm not fond of killing people and stealing things and coveting what people have and bearing false witness and worshiping demons and evil and all this other stuff that we see, the symbols and the newspaper articles, magazines, TV programs, movies. It's off the chart. Even one TV program called Lucifer. So it seems to me the UFO and alien topic is tied into the occult. And they both, the occult and these advanced technologists, are working in cahoots with the secret government, the so-called elected officials that control our planet, who are working for a global world order. Right out of a Twilight Zone science fiction movie. But it appears to be real. So one of the sources, besides the UFO books and magazines and TV programming, Lost in Space, Star Trek, and so much more, is something called the Phoenix Journals. And I'm going to be brief and just throw a powerful punch of material here in 30 minutes. So please bear with me. A bitter communion, altars of hemlock. A new religion shall sweep across the lands, and the people will be deceived. So I collect these. You can go online, use book sites, and try to find them affordably. That's number 25 in the series. 65 in the series. AIDS, the last great plague. Another one, spiral to economic disaster. Lifeboat measures if you act now. I think a lot of people have seen a lot of the survival programming going on, all the warnings out there. And even though we, the people, see some of the current activity of destruction and killing all over the world, people don't seem to be taking it seriously. Burnt offerings and blood-stained sands, psychopolitics and the sacrifice of the phoenix. That's series 23, book 23. Sapatu Odyssey. I haven't really read this one yet. My computer is not showing me my picture. It looks like it's hung up. We'll see if it comes back. End of the masquerade. Let's pluck the cuckoo bird. All right, computer, what's going on here? Tracking down the killer and other forms of murder. Phoenix Journals. It's taken me quite a while to collect these. They're hard to find in printed form, but I'll show you where to find them free in PDF. Human, the science of man, the scientific definition and proof of God, the cosmic order of the universe, what is creation and how it came to be, the Pleiades Collection, Volume 7. So Pleiades, a system in space, the Pleiades star system. Apparently, they're claiming there's some brothers warn us. Cry of the Phoenix. The Death Rattle of Freedom. The Plan 2000. And of course, this is 2020. January 15th, Wednesday, 2020. Tangled Webs. Tangled webs are woven when the lies of men are spoken. In the weaving is deceit, from which man shall find no safe retreat. Through truth shall come thy only route, for God attains the final bout. Little poetic writing there. RRPP, rape, ravage, pillage, and plunder, Phoenix, 119. No, that's 14. And my last one that I have purchased, Privacy in a Fishbowl, Spiral to Economic Disaster. So a lot of people, pundits, if you'll call them that, are these talking heads on YouTube videos and in newspapers and magazines and radio programs, are all predicting a climatic event that will change our whole world. So the Phoenix Archives, from my research, started out early 1990s, or maybe 1989. The Phoenix Archives, I have the information in this binder. So they have all these books, about 100 of them. Here's 1, 2, 3, and 4. And you can find these free online at 4winds10.com. Here's 5 through 16. It's a lot of effort, work went into this. You can go to this website, free, download the PDF, about 100, 150 pages each. So like I said, there's about 100 of these books, like I just showed you. Anyways, apparently, while they were doing the books, they started out trying to get to it here, with something called the Phoenix Journal Express. So they were publishing these weekly flyers, pamphlets, back in 1990, 1991. There's literally hundreds of these. So they called it the Phoenix Express until internally somebody shut them down, and they went and changed the name to the Phoenix Liberators in 1992. Problems and got locked out of the organization, and they created something called the Contact newspaper. And that goes right up until the Contact newspaper. Hang on. Goes up until 1999. So 1990 to 1999, 10 years, weekly newsletters. And periodically they would publish those books, the journals. What I've been doing is I downloaded all of those journals, all of those pamphlets, newsletters. I have them all. Here's one here called Contact. Real war is on the mental battlefield, the year of the Patriot. So I'm going to read one article out of the Contact magazine from the Phoenix Project. UFOs, the Grand Deception, and the Coming New World Order. So when I talk about these things, you can see I read everything. I don't just make this information up. Besides the dozens and dozens of collections of UFO magazines, a couple hundred UFO and alien books, and 1,000, I guess, of these journals and contacts and liberators and Phoenix Journal books over a 10-year period from 1990 to 1999, 10-year period. And we all know that in the year 2000 and 2001, some strange things happened at 9/11. And then since then, this is 2020, 20 years we've been at war since 9/11. Destroying countries all over the world, and the installation of advanced technologies that could kill all of us almost instantly, and mind control technologies being installed everywhere and used. Crazy as it seems. Like I said, this series this year, 30 minutes, a lot of stuff, really quick. UFOs, the Grand Deception, and the Coming New World Order. So apparently there are these beings from Pleiades, a star system out there, Pleiadians, and apparently they call themselves brothers of mankind, and they are here to warn us of the impending doom and danger looming over our world. And actually probably going on. If tell it to all the people that have died in the last 10 years, 20 years, even World War II, World War I, last 100 years, last 120 years. Untold millions have been killed in all these wars and battles. And is that what we humans are all about? I think not. There seems to be some sinister secret society and occult witchcraft forces on planet Earth, bringing all of this about for a intentional reason, fulfilling apparently biblical prophecy. My screen seems to be hung up again. UFOs, the Grand Deception, and the Coming New World Order. So apparently it all has something, it's all tied together. According to Hanton, the spokesman for the Pleiadians, for this galactic federation, if you want to believe that, and I'm not trying to say this is gospel, But I am saying the title of this article and all these books that I've been reading in magazines, like Einstein said when questioned about the UFO and alien situation, people are seeing something. I guess I'm going to have to get a different computer because this thing keeps hanging up. I hope the video's coming out all right. We're 15 minutes, 16 minutes into this. All right, moving on here. UFOs, the grand deception, and the coming New World Order. So I'm going to just try to read my highlighted portions. Yet there is no doubt whatsoever in my mind that UFOs, at least what the public continues to perceive as UFOs, exist, having been and continue to be sighted frequently, consistently across the globe for at least more than 40 years. And this is 1995, so it's 40 years back then. If you go to MUFON, the UFO reporting site, today, 2020, January or December 2019 or 2018 or 2017, on MUFON.com, you can get the daily reports and you can look at some of the common denominators of the described craft people see. It's not that broad of a spectrum, a couple categories. So apparently there's no doubt. So if it was 40 years back in 95 and 5 years to 2000, that's 45 years, and we're 2020. So that's 85 years, and a lot has happened, and a lot is going to happen. These people pursuing this global world order are not about to stop what they are doing. If you think they are, then tell it to Iran. Tell it to Venezuela. Anyways, Hanton says in this article, there is a very good reason for this perception. We don't have to be visible in the sense of solid mass to be there or to be seen. So these Palladians who are communicating telepathically with certain people who write down material and make magazines and try to warn we the people are not necessarily physical beings according to Hanton. The point is, readers, that the troops, the host of God, so the angels from God, are elusive for a very, very good reason. The one you expect to be returning to your people is not among you in physical form at this time. So the return of Jesus Christ, maybe? This is so that there will be no possibility of confusion. You will know when he arrives, and it will not be by some holographic Project Bluebeam from the dark side. So they plan on putting big holographic images in the sky, or they were planning on, and it was called Project Bluebeam, to deceive all of us and have us believe it was the return of Jesus Christ, of Muhammad, of Buddha, etc., different parts of the world. And this being in the holographic image would tell everybody that all need to unite. We're all one. All those different beings were all one being, and we all need to follow that being. It's what it says in that massive amount of material I have on the Contact magazines and the Liberator and the Phoenix journals over a 10-year period. I would guess at least a couple thousand documents, 100 books, and weekly periodicals, journals called the Contact or the Liberator I just showed you in that book. A lot of information, and I've been reading it every day, and I can't find a lot of fault with it. A lot of information that's invaluable is in there, and I'm showing it in these videos so people can have a direction to go and put this stuff together themselves. I'm not a trained actor or radio host or speaker. I'm just winging it as I can, sharing this material that I read, and I find it to just be almost unbelievable. So he says there will not be some holographic projection when the spiritual Jesus entity comes back, or whatever religion you are. We come and go. He's talking about these good spiritual beings. Express and work with our crews. Our people are among you, but you are not different from you in the pure form of presentation. That is the point, so that you can know who is on God's team and who is manufactured and who is not. All the little gray people, the gray aliens of hybrid nature, the lizards of presentation and fame, are not of God. So the gray aliens and the lizards are not of God. This does not, however, suggest that they won't be of God. I have personally appreciated the fabrication of these humanoids because, you see, God Creator can breathe life soul into these beings. So I guess he's saying the evil forces are genetically manipulating in underground laboratories and maybe some laboratories above ground, genetically engineering these gray aliens and these lizards, and there's a lot of evidence to suggest that's the case. But apparently, I guess the God world, the spirit world, can breathe life, a soul into them and take some of them over into these beings, and in so doing has presented us with an army already programmed to serve the master. All beings ultimately desire to find their oneness with parents, creator, and God of lighted realms. An interesting conversation, you think? What is the truth? In goodness, we are certainly here. The facts are that it now boils down to a confrontation and sorting of people. It is the evil plan 2000 versus God's plan 2000. The battle may well not be over and you're counting the year 2000, but ultimately, dear friends, God wins. The parasites will be cleansed from your place and being. It is the promise since time began. So whether you're talking about the Lemurian period and then that continent seeking, and the Atlantis period and that continent seeking, and then the Great Flood and this period of time with a lot of volcanic activity, earthquakes, etc., recently in Puerto Rico and in other places around the world. Apparently, if you look at a map and you see all the upheavals and mountain ranges all over the planet, we do have periodically uh, great upheavals, and apparently it's going to happen again. Besides disturbances on the planet, there will be a huge battle on the earth, and apparently, according to my research, these evil beings want to eliminate all the God-fearing, God-loving beings, we humans. But back to this article I was reading. The nice shiny orbs are sometimes ours. So the Palladians, Hanton, channeling information through the author of this article, says some of the shiny orbs we see are of God. The black, deadly stealth toys are not of God. We need no such garbage among our fleets. Anything run through mechanical means are ones of your place. So mechanical aircraft, UFOs, are not of God. It's primitive at best, but deadly for the inhabitants of earth. Angels do not dwell in either darkness or cover to hide truth or machinery. Keep this in mind as you ponder your logic and reason. This has given rise to a growing speculation among certain UFO researchers that indeed official contact may have long taken place in the utmost secrecy. Some even go so far as to say that a secret mutual treaty of some kind had been formalized between the extraterrestrial agency representing an alleged secret world government. And now Hanton is interjecting this article. He says, the word secret tells it all. God doesn't keep secrets from you, only the unveiling of mysteries. God has no mystical ritual or secret agreements with dark energies. And I suspect that the fact that they're trying to rebuild King Solomon's temple and they're already having sacrifices of so-called animals, we hope not humans, but I would suspect God isn't wanting people to be sacrificing any creatures to worship him. So you have to kind of think with your brain when you see these religions rebuilding King Solomon's temples, the secret societies, and the transgenderism and sex with children, this pedophilia, all the stuff that's in the news, obviously is not of God. All this stuff is, in my opinion, is tied together. The very terms secret and hidden by intention are your obvious clues as to who is doing what to whom. So again, 911 and destroying all those countries in the Middle East, not of God, in my opinion, obviously. But they do have a lot of advanced technologies, and it seems we better wake up to that fact. Such a scenario is quite possible and cannot be disproven. But again, it is pure speculation at best. Hanton says, can you begin to see that your very enemy of soul has trained you to believe only that which your senses can express? If the bastard king can convince you that only your senses of human physical are proof of something, the entire universe of truth and experience will ultimately be lost to you, since the battle royal is over the soul of man. So all this deception, all these goings on, so that we think what we think, is trying to get people to sway away from God and believe only in the physical reality, because they're after something. They're after my soul, your soul. We must be cautious, therefore, of such assertions, for this type of exclusion belief system may be precisely what the secret government is slowly disseminating and manipulating in order to set the stage for a real and near future scenario. So the author of this article, being edited, interrupted by Hanton through channeling, the author is Norio Hayakaya, Director, Civilian Intelligence Network, back in 1995. So I'm going to stop reading there and show one other document, because I wanted to find out what Norio is up to today. And apparently he has a website. So this is a recent release, January 14th, 2020. So this is back in 95 when Norio was working with the Civilian Intelligence Network in Gardens, California, writing this article, and it has it highlighted in black where Hanton of the Phoenix Journals is interrupting his article and trying to clarify and verify what's going on in the Contact magazine, published over a 10-year period with the Phoenix Journals and the Liberator, etc. But back to this Norio Hayakawa. I'm probably saying it wrong, but you can go look this up. That's his website. That name. I'll read this little short release of his just to show what was going on back in 47, 57, 67, 77, 87, 97, 2007, 2017, and today. If you go look on MUFON and see the current UFO alien sightings and all these drone attacks and killing generals of Iran and other people every day. It's all planned to bring about this disaster on the planet and a global world order. But here's one of the little technological advances they have that we've all been hearing about in the past few years. Well, my computer messed up there, but that's okay. I can finish this minute and put the two pieces of video together. But anyways, on this Norio Hayakawa Kaya website, DARPA sending out swarms of drones technology. Can you imagine if you're living in Kansas or whatever city and a whole swarm of drones is coming towards your area? Let's say they shut down the banking system and people are rioting everywhere, and these weaponized drones are coming in swarms. It's just too much to imagine. DARPA testing out swarms of drones technology, envisioning 250 drones at once. DARPA conducted its tests back in June in Georgia, featuring both drones and ground-based robots. So you think something interesting is looming in our future? The demonstration was part of DARPA's Offensive Swarm-Enabled Tactics Offset program, which is designed to eventually accompany small infantry units as they work in dense urban environments, and could eventually scale up to 250 drones and ground robots. While individual drones can be useful, a swarm of them would be more difficult for someone to eliminate if they didn't want to be seen. DARPA thinks that a swarm of drones would help with a complicated environment like a city, where it's hard to see long distances. So whether it's a city in the United States or one over there in the Middle East or anywhere, isn't this sort of insane? So anyways, here's a picture. Please take notes when you're watching these videos I'm making. So much information. Go look at this website and see many of his other articles. Go to the Phoenix Journal website. I mentioned where it was. Look this up. Contact the Phoenix Project. The Phoenix Journal magazines, 4winds10.com. Go on used book sites. You can find some of these. And these articles are just off the chart back in 1995. And with the this new technology, even creating these swarms of drones and the 5G network being installed, and the advanced technologies and laptops and cell phones and refrigerators and TVs and cameras everywhere monitoring everything we do. The whole system is going to be interacting soon when they pull the trigger, probably try to disarm we the people all over the planet. It seems like it's going to be a very insane, crazy world they want to bring us, and it looks like it's a battle between good and evil, order and chaos, these evil beings, and it appears they want to depopulate the planet. Well, thank you for watching my video. Rick Miracle reporting.